Mexico has been the goal from the very start. Going all the way back to stage 1 in China, every archer has had one eye on the target and the other eye on this prize. As the world's finest hopscotched around the globe, competing in Shanghai, Medellin, Antalya, and Wroclaw, the battle intensified and got tighter at each tour stop. The strong survived, leaving just 16 recurve archers, the best in the business, with a shot at an October to remember in the teeming metropolis of Mexico City. At the World Cup Finals, anything can happen. It's impossible to predict the future, but it's fun to try. So after a visit with the local fortune teller and consulting our crystal ball, we decided to consult some real experts.
For the women's gold medal recurve match, I am predicting and hoping for Mackenzie Brown Kibo Bay final.
Kibo Bay, Chamison. For me, the gold medal match is Kibo Bay and Brown in USA.
Probably Mackenzie Brown from the USA and Kibo Bay from Korea.
Okay, I guess that the gold medal match is going to be between Valencia and Kibo Bay. But anything can change it, you know, it's a coin in the air, but it's going to be a very interesting day.
Deepika Kumari of India was on high alert as she prepared for her quarterfinal match with Japan's Kawanaka Kaori. This would prove to be a seesaw battle going back and forth. After splitting the first set, Kumari was in command, leading 5-3 going into the fifth set, where Kaori pushed Kumari to post a matching 10 on her opening shot. Kawanaka would connect once again, hoping to tie the match and force a shoot-off. And that appeared to be entirely possible after Deepika delivers a 9. But the door was abierto after this shot by Japan's only hope for a medal. Needing only 9 to tie and split the set to win the match, Deepika goes one better. Leaving nothing to chance, she leaves no doubt, securing the victory to stay alive on Recurve Sunday.
One word to describe Kibo Bay would be precise.
Dedication. I think Kibo Bay's best quality is that she always enjoys the competition and she's very calm.
I think strong release for me.
Kibo Bay's best quality is probably her poker face, so you say. So like if you go to a competition, she has a intense competition face the entire time. She smiles, but it's usually all business on the shooting line.
Kibo Bay things is like fast and strong.
And she take her shoot anchor to release take 3 and 4 seconds.
But one of the things that separates her from the rest, I think, is her execution, the way she finishes the shot. It's very precise, it's very clean, it's the same thing every time.
Weakness? I don't know, I really don't know. I never saw a weakness.
I haven't found it yet. I don't know Kibo Bay's weakness yet.
All that being said about Kibo Bay, a less heralded archer from Chinese Taipei still had to contend with Miss Qi in the quarters. Lei Chen-ying, definitely the underdog against a woman aiming for a World Cup title to go alongside an Olympic gold medal and a World Championship. The grand plan in jeopardy after 3 sets. Lei Chen-ying on top by 2 going to the 4th, kicked off with a direct hit by Kibo Bay. After a 7 from Chinese Taipei, Kibo Bay seemed to be back in business. But the dominant figure faltered with an 8, opening the door for Ms. Lei. With her lead down to 1, Ms. Qi could ill afford another 8, rolling out the red carpet for Lei Chen-ying, who would end the match, joining the inner circle to join the chosen few in the semifinals. After winning gold in Poland and taking the bronze at the test event in Rio, Mackenzie Brown had become America's new hope in women's recurve. Her draw in the first round, Ana Maria Rendon, the first Colombian recurve archer to reach a World Cup final. The 20-year-old American had things going her way heading into the fourth set, where this rocket launched by Rendon hit pay dirt. Brown stumbled on her first shot of the set and was reeling even more after her second. Ana Maria Rendon with the chance to win the set with a 9, but she's feeling blue after serving up the match on a silver platter. Mackenzie Brown not about to pass on this generous offer. 8's enough to seal the deal and send her on to the next round in Mexico City.
Let's go back and see where they're hitting right over there. Well, I gotta go okay.
Mexico's Alejandra Valencia had come close to medaling at 3 previous World Cup finals and come up just a bit short. The task would be even tougher in Mexico City as she faced Korea's Chae Sun, number 1 in the world, number 1 qualifier for this event. Valencia keeping it close after splitting the first set and winning the fourth. She opens the fifth with a 9, only to be matched by Chae Sun, who needs only to split the set to win the match. Valencia puts up a valiant effort, but she'll get little relief from the persistent and consistent Korean. Alejandra needs a 10 to force the issue, but that 8 lets Chae Sun pull away for the victory. The favorite for gold in Mexico City survives her quarterfinal showdown with fan favorite Alejandra Valencia winning 7-3. Fresh from her eye-opening upset of Kibo Bay, Lei Chen-ying, who had barely qualified for the finals, was now ready for her next new challenge in a bronze medal matchup with Mackenzie Brown of the United States. Coach Mel Nichols concerned about this encounter, but Brown's got a future so bright she had to wear sunglasses to take on the unheralded archer from Chinese Taipei. As it turned out, Lei Chen-ying was far from satisfied with her startling win over Kibo Bay. We'll pick up the action after the first set. Mac Brown down 2-0. She had struggled in the last set of her win over Ana Maria Rendon and still could not seem to shake the 8s. This would be a problem against an opponent shooting 9s and 10s. Lei Chen-ying already with the upper hand. And the hand she's holding looks even better after a 6 from Brown leaves Mackenzie defenseless. Lei Chen-ying delivers another big shot to jump ahead by 5 in the set. But Brown finally sends one downtown. Too little, too late to salvage this set? Lei Chen-ying answers that question, putting the second set to bed, moving out to a 4-0 lead in the match. And doing it with a technique, well, that seemed almost effortless. Mackenzie Brown could do the math. Down by 4, she knew she had to win at least 2 of the next 3 sets to even have a chance. It appeared she still had a pulse after putting her first arrow on the line for a 9, possibly a 10. But most assuredly, Lei Chen-ying had done her own calculations and wanted to end this affair ASAP, as soon as possible. Mackenzie Brown would accommodate with an 8, a score she could ill afford. Not with her opponent from Taipei tattooing the 10 ring again. Now in dire straits, this young American dug down deep to give it one more shot. But it was all for naught. Lei Chen-ying, who came from 4 down in Colombia to beat her teammate Tan Yating and clinch a spot in Mexico City by a single point, delivers the knockout punch. And so it came to pass that a woman from Chinese Taipei, of whom little was known up until a month ago, would reach the podium on the plaza known as Zocalo and carry a bronze medal back home from Mexico City. A clean sweep for Lei Chen-ying, who wins 6-0. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Deepika Kumari had already been to 3 World Cup finals and settled for silver each time. Now she was determined to take the next step and stand atop the podium. Standing between Deepika and that dream, the new shining light from Korea, 19-year-old Chae Sun. In this breakout season on the international stage, she'd already put up some impressive numbers, winning an incredible 83% of her matches. After the first 2 sets, it looked as though that percentage would go even higher. Down 3-1, entering set 3, Kumari can't keep her first arrow out of the red zone. Korean archers are conditioned to pounce when their opponent makes a misstep, and Chae-Mi-sun does exactly that. Korea immediately taking a 2-point advantage in the set. Deepika in danger of dropping down even further after another red ringer, which is in fact the case. With machine-like precision, Chae-Mi-sun shows no mercy and takes a firm grip on the set. Deepika finally drills a confidence-building dagger, but she knows she's not the one in control. Her Korean counterpart is steering this ship, and Chae-Mi-sun sails out to a commanding 4-point lead by clinching the set with a safe, solid shot. As teammate Kibo-Bae watches from the grandstands, she can see the future, and Chae-Mi-sun is looming larger in the picture for 2016. Back to the matter at hand, Deepika Kumari, desperately trying to get something going, starts the 4th set with a safe, solid shot of her own. But at this point, only 10s will work. The same rules don't apply for Chae-Mi-sun, who doesn't have to take chances or do anything spectacular from this point. She splits the set, she's got the gold, but Deepika Kumari's not about to concede. She finds the gold mine on her next attempt. Admirable but futile, since Chae-Mi-sun showed no signs of letting up. On many a day, Deepika's effort might have been enough to get the job done. But on this day, against this opponent, she would come up short. Chae-Mi-sun putting the icing on the cake with a 9 to tie the set, split the points, and win the match, and her first gold medal at the World Cup Finals. It was a fitting end to an impressive debut for Chae-Mi-sun, a season that started with a silver medal in Shanghai, a gold medal in Turkey where she defeated Kibo-Bae, and then a victory at the Olympic test event in Rio. Not bad for a 19-year-old young lady who heads back home to Korea, where she'll go back to work, preparing her encore for the Olympic year that is on the horizon. Okay, time to get out the crystal ball again, and maybe a Ouija board too. Where's a palm reader when you need one? Inquiring minds need to know who is going to win the men's gold medal.
Okay, for me, the gold medal match in Recurve, maybe Kim Woo-jin against Colin Klinichet.
Kim Woo-jin wa Lee Lee Seung-yeon and maybe Brady Ellison.
Kim Woo-jin, thanks. Luis Alvarez versus Brady Ellison.
Lee Seung-yeon, Spain, Alvarez.
For me, I see the recurve men being in the gold medal match would be Kim Woo-jin and Brady Ellison.
Did anybody mention Miguel Alvarino Garcia? Didn't think so. Much like Lei Chen-ying, the unheralded Spaniard arrived in Mexico City with little notice or fanfare. Still, he seemed ready and confident for his battle with Korea's Lee Seung-yeon, who was mentioned by just about every one of our prognosticators. Locked in a 4-all tie after 4 sets, Mr. Lee would stumble out of the gate in the all-important 5th set. Garcia grabbing a 1-point lead. The man ranked second in the world still could not zero in. But Garcia found ground zero. The Spaniard's up by 2. No lead safe though from Lee Seung-yeon, who finally hits the mother load. But Lee's not safe either. Garcia needs only 9, and he gets what he needs. It's another upset that registers on the Richter scale.
Hi, I'm Brady Ellison. I'm an Olympic silver medalist and I've won 3 World Cup finals. And today I'm here to talk to you about how I prepare and things that you can do to shoot big matches in front of a crowd and just kind of the mental steps and preparation that you can take to be a better archer. The biggest thing and the first step is to have a mental process. My advice to everyone is to get online, go down to Texas with mental management systems. That will get you the baseline of everything you need to know. And that's really the first step that I would take to becoming a better mentally archer, not only on the field, but off the field and training too. The second big key thing, when you're in the finals field, you have 20 seconds to shoot. So you have to commit to every shot. You really don't have time to let down. So making sure that before every shot that you go up to that line, that you're committed to that shot, you're thinking it's going to be good. Third biggest thing, you know, you're in the finals, you have a big crowd behind you, try to get that crowd into it. You know, even if the crowd isn't cheering for you, use those cheers, use that energy for yourself to really boost you and let you shoot well. Have fun, get energized by the crowd, know you're going to be nervous, accept that, and just go for it. Don't hold back, don't be scared, just try to shoot the best you can, and you're in front of a crowd, so just give them a show.
It's not known whether Brady shared that advice with teammate Colin Klimenchak, but he certainly seemed comfortable. Of course, he has all season long, especially in Antalya, where he took the bronze away from Brady on Konialty Beach. Brady may have had payback in mind, but it wasn't working out that way. Klimenchak clinging to a 2-point edge after 3 sets. Ellison opened with a solid effort and broke on top after an 8 by Klimenchak.
All right, bring it back in.
Misery loves company, though. Ellison landing his next shot in the red line district, which was all the more damaging when Colin connected on his second shot, taking a 1-point lead in the set. Brady would shoot better on his final arrow, but he couldn't put the set or the match out of reach from the long, tall Texan, who ends the match and Brady's run of medals at the World Cup Finals. China's Jing Yu made a name for himself at stage 4 in Medellin, defeating Im Dong-hyun to claim the gold medal and a ticket to Mexico. Jean-Charles Valadon won the gold medal at stage 3 in Wroclaw and now was setting his sights on just his second World Cup medal. That medallion was well within reach as the Frenchman had forged ahead 5-1 after 3 sets and now had a chance to take the upper hand in the 4th set. Not this time, Jean-Charles. Jing Yu does pull ahead. And Valadon keeps pace. A 10 for the Chinese archer only leaves him on life support. And Jean-Charles Valadon pulls the plug as he takes the 4th set and wins the match 7-1. Last but not least, Luis Alvarez, a top-notch target shooter from Tijuana who's long been a fan favorite throughout Mexico. Affectionately known as El Abuelo, Grandpa, he was the wild card selected by his team to face the #1 archer in men's recurve. Kim Woo-jin was not in for a cakewalk. In fact, the match was all even 4-apiece after 4 sets. Kim throws down the gauntlet, rings up a 10. Alvarez answers. Kim Woo-jin counter-punches. Luis punches back. It's down to 1 arrow, and Mr. Kim shows no respect for his elder. He puts the pressure on El Abuelo, and this time, Grandpa's out of magic. It was a great match while it lasted. Kim Woo-jin with a 6-4 win. Bring on the bronze medal match. In this corner, the up-and-coming contender from the great state of Texas, 19-year-old Colin Klimenchak, who earned a shot at this medal with a convincing win in the quarterfinals. He would need all the support he could get to take down Kim Woo-jin, the top qualifier from Korea, still stinging after losing a shoot-off to Jean-Charles Valadon in the semifinals. So this was a chance to atone, and he was doing so with a vengeance. Fast forward to the 4th set, Kim Woo-jin in control, leading 5-1.
Nice, strong, confident shots, man.
Time now for Colin Klimenchak to do a gut check and show the mental fortitude he's become known for. That 9 would leave him even in the set with Mr. Kim, who puts another arrow into the gold rings. CK stays in the same neighborhood on his next shot, providing an opportunity for Kim Woo-jin. who does not take advantage. Klimacek finally breaks through with a missile that finds the sweet spot. Still, he knows Mr. Kim can close the show with a 10 of his own. But that wasn't in the cards for Kim Woo-jin, at least not yet. Klimacek takes the fourth set and claws back within 2 points of the lead.
You got this, Colin. You have got this, man. But you got this.
Trailing 5-3, heading to the fifth set, Colin Klimacek, he keeps his hopes alive, landing just outside the 10 ring. But Kim Woo-jin goes one better and takes control of what might be the deciding set. The American's hopes start to fade even further after his second arrow leaks into the 8 ring. Meanwhile, Mr. Kim can smell blood and he's closing in for the kill. Back-to-back 10s make him the master of his own domain. Klimacek's final flicker of hope about to be doused. Korea's Kim Woo-jin turning out the lights. This party is over as Kim Woo-jin salvages his trip to Mexico and the World Cup Finals. Mr. Kim capping off a tremendous campaign, a season which started with a pair of silver medals in Shanghai and Antalya, and then picked up speed in Copenhagen with another world title to match the one he captured back in 2011. All in all, it was a brilliant year for the 23-year-old Korean, who figures to be a major player next year in Rio. Remember this guy? He's the one who shocked Lee Sung-yeon in the quarterfinals and then KO'd Colin Klimacek in the semis. Miguel Alvarino Garcia, a long shot at best, made it to the big show for the gold medal match in Mexico City, as did the fierce and fearless Frenchman Jean-Charles Valadon. Like Garcia, he had scored a dramatic victory earlier in the day, upsetting Kim Woo-jin in a shoot-off. Best known as a field archery champion, Valadon was now seeking validation as one of the top target shooters in the world. Let's jump ahead to set number 3, Garcia gaining a 2-point advantage after the first 2 sets. Jean-Charles starts off strong, displaying the form he employed against Kim Woo-jin. The Spaniard mounts a counterattack, but is just off the mark and trails by 1 in the set. Valadon veers off course just a bit and could lose that slim 1-point edge. But he doesn't. Garcia grouping well, but he's just a tad high with both shots. Jean-Charles would regret this shot, knowing he could have secured the set with a 10. Instead, Miguel Alvarino Garcia makes his move, and that 10 ties the set, splits the points, and leaves the Spaniard still on top by 2. More importantly, he's got Valadon on the ropes, facing a possible do-or-die situation in the fourth set. For a 21-year-old seeking his very first World Cup medal of any kind, it was an enviable position to be in. Nothing but love in Mexico City for these two archers who would battle to the bitter end. Jean-Charles hoping to stake a claim on the lead in set 4. Of course, the same could be said for Garcia, but neither could get a foothold with their first shots. The Frenchman does gain traction with a 10, and for a moment, he's moved ahead. But that's a fleeting moment. Miguel makes it all even at 19 in the fourth set, which he could conceivably afford to split. But after a 9 from Jean-Charles Valadon, Garcia did not see the need. Not when he could finish off the Frenchman and claim the gold all for himself, which is exactly how this story ended. Miguel Alvarino Garcia not only wins his first World Cup medal, it's a gold medal at the World Cup Finals, and it's the first medal for Spain in the 10-year history of the World Cup Finals. So the season ends on a surprising and historic note on the Plaza de la Constitucion, where Miguel Alvarino Garcia of Spain, this year's European champion, becomes the 2015 World Cup champion.
Pues estuvo súper bien, estaba muy nervioso.
I'm feeling really proud of myself. This is a dream come true. This is the first time that Spain has won a title here at the Archery World Cup Finals. So winning the Archery World Cup is amazing.
Estoy muy contento.
Wow.